2020.
Yeah. What are we on now? 22. Yeah, early 20. Yeah, early 20. And
so this must have been February, March
I
time.
can't know. Was it 2019?
No.
How long
we were making the. We were in lockdown in 2020.
I know we debuted the car at Hennesford in July. It left the workshop here on the Thursday night. Went into Ricky Hunn's coach, and that went up to Hennesford, and we met him up there.
Was the Hennesford meeting before COVID?
Yes, yeah, okay, it was 6 months before COVID.
Oh, okay, so 2019 was the first debut
of the car. That's the first time Terry had ever drove the car, and it's the first time the car had ever touched the tarmac.
So no testing?
No testing
just
whatsoever.
Straight away got in it?
Straight away got in it and went. And we was 8th quickest or 7th quickest out of all the top drivers out there.
Right. And that was the first ever time ever?
That was the first time it ever went out. Unfortunately, it came away from the weekend in a load of pieces as it got smashed up. But
by the way the car was designed, it seemed like...
But also, the actual chassis wasn't damaged. It bent a few components, which is what it expected to do. And we had it rebuilt and it's back out in 2 weeks.
It was built to be... what would you salvageable?
Yeah, so keep using it. It's a reusable chassis.
Yeah.
With the bent crash frames and stuff on it, so that absorbs all the crashing. So you don't damage no main parts of the chassis. So you haven't damaged nothing. You can always get out and race again.
So from Terry Hunn, who's had wins at Tipperary.
Yeah, he won in Tipperary with it against the Irish on the long track.
Yeah. Which
was his first win, which was really good.
You weren't there.
I wasn't there, no. Then he had another win at Ipswich a few weeks ago this year, which was nice again. But we've been with Terry's car. It is the development car.
Yeah, it was the first ever one.
It was the first one we ever built, so it was the prototype, and it still is the prototype car. It's because it's still racing now.
Yeah, it's the same chassis.
And we keep trying different bits and pieces on it, and Terry's tried all different setups on the car over the last few months, and to find out what makes the car perform best.
Yeah.
And
so since then, the second person to buy a car was...
It was Stephen Phillips was the second car.
Yeah.
And then Ross McWilliam in Scotland, he bought the third car.
Who I believe still has original panels on his car.
He's still got the original panels on the car.
Which is crazy because it's been 2 years.
Yeah, he's got the original crash frames, original panels, original wishbones on the car. Everything on the car is still running. And he's been very, very successful.
How old is he?
19.
And he's won how many?
He's won the national points in Scotland. He's won the drivers' championship in Scotland. He's won all the championships in Scotland there is to win.
And he's young.
Been voted this year most improved driver out of all the drivers, and you've got 40 odd drivers like contesting most of the time. So which is a nice result for us because his was the third car off the production line.
Yeah. And
a little bit of history. His dad, years and years and years ago, when Autocross first built their first space frame Fiesta, his dad had the third chassis built from the original Autocross company.
Oh, really?
And Ross has had the third chassis built from the new Autocross company.
An entire generation. Then.
Yeah. So which is a nice touch.
I mean, what I found surprising was with Ross, especially, is how young he is, and to win somehow a first in every single race he was in one meeting, and he's put